A leader and mainstay on the Northeastern women's soccer team for the past 4 seasons, Faith Rosenblatt is used to directing traffic on the Huskies' back line. Off the pitch, however, Rosenblatt has developed a passion that requires a little more patience: bread baking. An accomplished and active baker, she continues to add to her skill set and has found support from coaches and teammates along the way to pursue her interests outside of soccer.
She's one of the most genuine people you'll ever meet. I think, what kind of probably separates her from a lot of young people is you really know what you're gonna get with her. I think she's fun, lighthearted. She doesn't take herself too seriously, but I think the best word is she's just like a very genuine young person. She's been a joy to have a part of the program.
So I was a health science major here, and then right now I'm getting a certificate in integrative health and wellness. And my next step is probably to go to grad school to be a registered dietitian. My end goal is working with athletes and combining my love of cooking, baking, and being a registered dietitian.
I think one of the characteristics we liked even as a youth player, she was always hard and gritty and not afraid of the physical components of the game, but honestly as a defender was exceptional on the ball.
I think baking and cooking started when I was younger. My mom and I would watch Chopped on Friday nights, and she would then send me to cooking camps and cooking classes with her. I would pretend to be 18 and I was 15 or literally 12. And she'd be she's fine, she's good at cooking. I definitely loved to bake at the beginning. I would bake for my sisters, her friends would come over, and I kind of went into cooking more. I got a little bit more freedom, but it definitely started with baking, and then baking for my teammates and bringing it to practice, and always kind of made people feel really good or excited to something. I was okay, if we get through this fitness, if we win, I'll bring cookies.
I would say after Faith's first fall with us, we did start to learn. And even that fall, I think at times she brought in some snacks or extras from a team thing. I don't think we were fully invited into the food world, of Faith's food world, until probably her second full year. She doesn't just make bread, she makes everything, but obviously since kind of the last probably year and a half, sourdough has become a staple, and we put in orders.
Out here in San Fran.
Just doing some product testing for my future business.
Faith is the queen of sourdough.
I actually wasn't even into sourdough when everyone else was. I feel it was a COVID thing. And then I came to Northeastern, and it was just honestly a year ago, almost a year ago now. And one of the athletic trainers was talking about sourdough starter and that they had it, and I was you know what, I should finally get into this. And I just kind of did some research, and again, I went straight to TikTok, Instagram, and then I finally just committed to it, and I made my first loaf, and it was actually such a success. I didn't have a lot of confidence going into it, and I was oh, this is actually pretty good, and I kind of surprised myself. So then I kind of just started making it more and giving it out more. So then I was maybe I can start selling this. It's definitely really fun. It's brought my little community together, because I kind of like to again bring it to the athletic trainers, because I'm always in there and I'm here's just a little token of oh, thank you for everything you've done for me. It's helped me create relationships in Cabot and stuff like that.
The bread definitely comes up a lot, whether it's a new haul will come in and we'll compare flavors, or a bus trip where Faith will supply a lot and then we have to fight over the passing around the sticks of butter to go with the bread, but it's definitely a hot topic.
I definitely think it's cool to help fuel people too. I think if I can bring this before a game or after practice and help people refuel, I think that's a really cool thing, especially connecting. I want to be a registered dietitian, I want to work with athletes. So I think combining those two things has been really cool to see, and watch people be a piece of bread or carbs are good to eat before practice.
I'm a big fan of everything as a flavor, also rosemary cheddar. Either of those would definitely be my favorite thing.
I think one thing our athletic department at our university kind of prides itself on is allowing students to figure out what they want to do through experiences, right? And not just through education. And I think for us, it's actually been kind of cool to have student athletes who are super excited about other things and not just sport and their academics, which again is our priorities. But it's awesome when they find other hobbies that they're so passionate about, and especially ones that we benefit from, and get to indulge in.
Definitely Ash is really supportive of everything I do outside of soccer, especially when I give her a treat. But I think our relationship is really strong because she respects what I do outside of soccer, and I tell her what I do outside of soccer, and I tell every recruit that is coming here, if you want to have a relationship with our coaches, like they're so open for it. Her just kind of like giving me the confidence to do other things and like be like, hey, like you're better than you think at some things, definitely helps me like branch out and like do these things and put myself into like situations that like could be pretty vulnerable. Like her kind of being like, you're pretty good at what you do has given me the confidence to like go out and do that.